and gentlemen, welcome to Green Machine Football here on TV 50. My name is Bob Pettit along with Pat Mitchell, John Kennan on the cameras. And we got the stat guys back with us today. Parker and Willis are here. Yep, we're right back uptown now, Coach Mitchell.
That's a good thing. I mean, old Cal Pettit last week did a great job with it, but the professionals are back now, so that's a good thing.
Green Machine against Lakeview High School this evening here. Lakeview with a loss last week. Do we know what to expect?
As far as what I've been told and what I've heard is, last week, originally coming into the year, they thought this Lakeview team would be the better of the two Chicago schools, but after what we witnessed last week, they don't feel that way now. The team last week, that Bulls Prep, is a pretty good program. You can just see from the other side of the field that numbers are pretty thin for Lakeview. This might be one of those games where lots of guys get some playing time.
The numbers are very thin over there. The crowd might have parent coverage, though, because there's about 12 players and 12 fans. So it's a little more than that. That might be an under-exaggeration, but the Leafs, I think everybody I talked to this week agreed the Leafs got what they needed. They had some things exposed. They got to play against some offenses and defenses they're going to see this year. It was a good team to play last week, and they come out of there with a win. It's all positive.
Totally agree. Another beautiful night for football. I mean, it's not too hot, even though we're still not quite fall yet. But breeze coming out of the north a little bit. Not a lot. I don't think it'll affect too much. Yeah, it's game time again. That's always a fun time.
Not only do they have a slim varsity squad over there, but they have no freshman squad, so there was no preliminary game. Our freshmen are going up to Belleville tomorrow morning to pick up a game to compensate.
Belleville or Belvedere?
Belvedere. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Belleville's down by St. Louis. That's down.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading tomorrow.
Belvedere.
I believe one of the new coaches on the staff here is Coach Babcock. He has some connections up there, and I think they're able to make arrangements in that respect.
And we're about ready to get this kickoff. We were informed at one time that it was supposed to be a 7:15 game, but apparently we're kicking off right near the 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, 7:15 was supposed to be the original. We're going to kick this off real close to 7 o'clock here tonight, and they're lining up. We're going to try to get you since we're kicking off, we're going to try to get you the defensive lineup. Geneseo will be kicking, Lakeview will be receiving. The defensive starting lineup, as we have it, will be at tackle Cole Graddert, nose guard Connor Shipman. At the other tackle, Gavin McGuire. Linebackers, Dominic DeBoeuf, Caden Davison, Eli Allen, John Maxwell. Corner, Tannen Rink. The other corner, Anthony Pierce. And the safeties are Nate Beneke and Ryland Coons. So that's very similar to what we had last week.
All right.
And here's the kick. It's a short kick. Received at the 30-yard line. And he's not going to go very far. Gets out to about the 34. Didn't get ahead of steam kicking up. And last week we were kicking deep, Coach, and that was a short kick.
Right. That's that's kind of more familiar to us. That's what they've done in past years. Jonathan Maxwell on the tackle there. It was nice. Got down there, wrapped the guy up, got him to the ground. Leafs will be in their traditional dark green tops, gold bottoms. Going left to right on your radio. I've always wanted to say that.
Starting at the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line is Lakeview. And the snap, they're in the shotgun formation. And the snap back, drop back number one. That ball is knocked down, almost caught one-handed by the wide receiver, the wideout. But it was knocked away and broken up. Did you see who broke that up, Coach?
Well, I was watching Cole Graddert about kill the quarterback before he got rid of the ball. Looked like Beneke over there.
The receiver, we're going to call him Iante, the pronunciation is. So looked like he was going to make a one-handed catch. So we're going to have 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. I don't know if I mentioned that. The Lakeview are the Wildcats. He's gonna go nowhere on that one.
Cole Gratter once again standing him up at the line of scrimmage along with Dominic DeBoof and Eric Allen right there. Not Eric. That'd be Dad.
Yeah, that'd be Dad.
I don't think he's got any eligibility left. Eli.
Let's go with Mean Bro Eli.
Mean Bro.
Mean Bro Eli Allen.
That's a great story from last week.
That had the same effect as the incomplete pass. 3rd and 10, right at the 35-yard line, nose of the ball at 0 gain. So we got 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Back in motion. Drops back really deep. He's running from about 3 Green Machine players, and they bring him down for a loss. That's going to be DeBoof on the tackle.
Right, flushed him out of the pocket, running to the Geneseo sideline. DeBoof finished him off there. Brought linebackers that time, just changing things up. One of the things that Lakeview is doing is, looks like they'll actually have a tight end. I don't believe we saw a tight end last week, but they'll actually have a tight end. So our defensive line is flipping, making sure our nose guard, Connor Shipman's getting to the tight end side.
Jonathan Maxwell also in pursuit there, along with one other teammate. Here's the punt. Net yardage of -6, and that is a shank punt. Does not make it to midfield. The Leafs are going to pick up the ball in great field position. I'd say that's a gift.
Yeah, we'll take it.
On the other hand, they earned it.
You betcha. We'll take that. Good possession, or not possession, but good defensive work there. Let's see if the offense get on track. Kind of like watching the Bears last night. Didn't really get into a rhythm last week. Hopefully we get into a rhythm early.
We don't want to talk about the Bears.
No, that was bad.
We feel like we have the green and gold on today, and we'll just live with that. Hand off the right side. Pickup of about 6, maybe 7, depending on the spot.
That's P.J. Mosier on the carry.
Mosier out of the fullback spot, takes it off the right tackle, trugs down for 6. We'll take 6 on first down anytime you want to give it.
Right, he had a pretty good week last week when he got some carries.
They moved it. They moved that thing again on a respot, and it is 7. Picked up 7 on the first one. 2nd and 3. Here we go. The snap. Hand off again to Mosier. Up the middle. Bang, bang, bang. Across the 35 for a first down. It's going to be down to the 33-yard line.
Yeah,
they got great line surge on that play.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. It looks like the same starting offensive line. You got the Rob Stoll at right tackle with C.J. Darnell, a right guard. The center is Joe McConnell. Left guard would be Cole Grattert. And left tackle is Cole Ellerbrock.
So on first down here we go. McConnell under center, drops back for a pass, throws it up. It's caught for about a 9-yard gain.
Kyle
Hofer on the reception,
yep.
out of the backfield.
Out of his 2-back spot. Double tights that time. Brennan Smith looks like he's running in plays with Nathan Beneke. And then the other tight end was Nathan Van der Woestijn. Caught a touchdown pass last week.
The play was actually fairly well defended, but the pass was right on the money. Hofer went up to get it. Pitch is on the ground. It's going to be a loss. The pitch back never got to the running back, and that was Hofer again.
Right. Looks like he took the eye off the ball, looking where he's going to run. Just as soon as it hit his hands, it hit the ground. So now they put themselves in a hole there after a 2nd and 1.
After a gain of 9. They lose 6. Still 3rd and 7, but it's on the 30-yard line of Lakeview. So it is technically 4th down territory or field goal territory with that leg.
Well, yep. Looks like we got a Lakeview tackle lining up off sides.
Going to have encroachment on the defense. They're going to get 5 of those 6 yards back, and they're going to make it 3rd and 2. Much more doable.
Most definitely.
Then 3rd and 7 on the 25-yard line. So in comes a new play. We're going to switch it up.
Looks like Jerry Green in that time. Brennan Wages out.
Yep.
Nope, check that. Brennan Wages back in. Nathan Van de Woestijn out.
Took the wrong guy out. What a great play Van de Woestijn had on that catch in the end zone last week. He went up for that ball. Handoff on the right side, off tackle. He's across first down yardage and more, down inside the 20.
Second back through, belly 22.
Down to the 18-yard line. It's going to be first and goal. That's going to be on Hofer again. Just like last week, they relied on Hofer to open the ball game, made him the workhorse, then they went to other options.
Right, pretty good rhythm there that time. You had some guys biting on the fullback, and that opened the hole at the line of scrimmage for Hofer. He didn't really get touched until he was about 4 yards downfield.
Tailback Kyle Hofer, fullback P.J. Mosier, and the wingback Mason Jones. Quarterback Jake McConnell. I think we got through the lineman. I'm not sure if we got that whole backfield in.
You're correct.
Snap, hand off to the right side again. A lot of running room. Plows down inside the 15, down almost to the 10-yard line.
That's P.J. Mosier off the right side. It's like a belly 32 with a guard pull. 32G is what that's called.
That's going to be an 8-yard gain, and the hole at the line of scrimmage is gaping.
Right. That's
all the tackles are linebackers, and
you take the ends and you block down on the tackle and you pull the guard out and he kicks out the defensive end. It's very well ran.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Handoff, second man through. It's Hofer. No, it's Mason Jones off the left side. He's going to get a first down inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal. No flags. Maple Leafs moving the football.
Right, first and goal at the 4 with 6:15 to go. Clock will start here shortly. Nice. Once again, we're getting a little rhythm. Getting a little movement up front with the linemen getting into their blocks and moving guys off the line of scrimmage.
We're dominating the line of scrimmage. I think they'll think that's an overstatement. The tackles are all in the defensive backfield. Man off the right side, going to the end zone, touchdown Geneseo. It's Hofer.
That's a good run. He got a lot of that on his own just by keeping his feet moving, shoulders down.
Well, the line had the defensive line screened, and they had the backers screened a little bit, and all he had to do was avoid arm tackles. But he put his shoulders down, kept his feet moving forward, and scored for the Maple Leafs. It's good to be up.
Much better start than last week.
Fireworks are off. I didn't see anybody duck. Sometimes when visitors come in, they haven't heard fireworks. They think you're shooting at them. Extra point attempt will be kicked.
Looks like we bobbled the snap a little bit.
It's a bobbled snap, so it's going to be a foiled kick. So at the 5:49 mark of the first period, Leafs go ahead 6-0.
Good series. Good series defensively to start with, and good series offensively to cap off a short field. Anytime you get a short field, you want to make sure you put points on the board, and Leafs able to do that. Take a 6-0 lead. Got some things to clean up there on that extra point, but I get a pretty good idea we're going to have a number of opportunities tonight. But that was a 46-yard drive, 8 plays, 4 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock, capped by a 4-yard touchdown run by Kyle Hofer, with the extra point being no good.
I always feel like we ought to give a pizza away at that time, but you can still call. You can still call the pizza place of your choice.
That's right.
But you have to pay for it.
That's right.
Celebrate the touchdown by the Leafs. 6-0, 5:49 left to go here in the first period. And the Leafs will be kicking off for the second time in the game. Leafs kicked off on the opening drive, 3 and out, -6 yardage gained on that first possession. There's a little deeper kick. It's going to be received at the 15, turn around, trying to get it out across the 20, gets out across the 20, back up to the 30.
Looks like Bruce Moore with the tackle there. Notice there's a different kicker than what we saw last week. That's Brendan Hipkins kicking off there.
And that might be why we're not kicking it in the end zone. Different tactic.
I'm looking to see if Logan Hansen's on the sideline. Maybe, I'm not sure if soccer has a tournament this weekend. Maybe he's gone to a soccer game.
So here come Lakeview. The Wildcats on their second possession. Still in the shotgun formation. Quarterback dropped one step, throws it into the dirt, into the turf. I call that dirt, but it's not.
into the rubber pellets.
Yeah.
Now that's Grab McGuire putting pressure on him early. He's going to have to get rid of that ball quick, and I'm not sure if they're the type of team that can do that consistently.
Yeah, the only time he had time is when he dropped back about 10 yards,
right,
and a sprint back, and then they were in his face. So the pressure by the Leafs is going to be key to keep it up. Continue to win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. To this point, they have. 2nd and 10. Snap back, handoff up the middle. It's going to be no gain again, or very little. He's going to gain about a foot. So Leafs are not going to fall for that automatic pass play.
Andrew Calabria that time coming off the bottom of the pile. That's good to see. You know, what they're running, what appears, if you're just watching it and you're not sure, it looks like they're running a 4-man front. But in reality, it's more of a 5-3, almost a 6-2 with the ends dropped off. If there's a tight end, it'll look like a 5-man front. But
now we got a timeout. At 3rd and 9, we're going to have a timeout, Lakeview.
But one of the popular defense you see out there now is, or at least it has been the last few years, is a 3-5-3. And if there's a tight end, there's so many teams not playing the tight end anymore. If there is a tight end, they'll walk the outside guy up, or they'll walk up the outside linebacker and make him look like a defensive end. But with ours, if there's no tight ends, we'll still have four guys on the line of scrimmage, and it creates more pressure. That quarterback has to get rid of it quickly. So far it's working.
Yeah, you said one of the popular defenses. We don't always do what's popular here.
No, heck no. All you got to do is look at the offense. We do what works. Tried and true.
You don't see a lot of quarterbacks under center.
No, that's a good point. Very good point.
And here we go, 3rd and 9. We're back into action here after the timeout by Lakeview. And here's the snap. A deep drop back. A lot of pressure. It was an attempt at a screen, but read extremely well by Eli Allen, absolutely. And he just about picked that thing. He was the only guy that could get there. Right. Everybody else was in the quarterback's face.
Yep.
About 5 linemen were all over the quarterback, and the screen could possibly have worked if Eli Allen would have let it.
That would have been great if he intercepted and returned it for a touchdown, and we could have shared stories.
Pick 6. Maybe it's coming. So we got 4th and 9. Back into punt formation goes Lakeview. High snap, but it's recovered. Kick is off. Little better punt this time, and a nice bounce by Lakeview. Really nice bounce, actually. That ball rolls all the way down to the 27-yard line of Geneseo. So the short field gift that the Leafs got last time is not quite so short this time. But the Leafs start at their own 27.
Be honest with you, in this type of game, that's okay, because that gives you an opportunity to run more offense. The one thing, though, that Lakeview guy, they better coach him up that he needs to pick that ball up, because just because he touched it doesn't mean that ball's dead. We found some John Deere coaches last night in their game found out that just because you touch the ball's not dead. You gotta pick that thing up and hand it to an official.
Seen that happen before. Mm-hmm. you apparently up close and personal.
Oh, yeah.
So here come the Leafs. And the first snap has got a flag attached to it.
Oh, sure.
Going to have a false start by the Leafs, so they're going to start 1st and 15. All the way back at the 22. And that wasn't what they wanted to do.
No. Those pre-snap penalties again. We saw enough of that last week.
Had a few that we felt they're really going to work hard at cleaning up this week. I'm sure they worked at it. I'm sure that makes the coaching staff just a little disappointed we got one that early, but the first series was very crisp.
Right.
The execution was very good. So here we come on 1st and 15. McConnell under center one more time. Hand up the middle to P.J. Mosier, and he's not going to pick up much. He's going to get about a yard.
Right, that time it had been 38G. You got the fullback going to the left with the left guard kicking out. Not as much yardage as he got the first couple times.
That's a one-man tackle by number 54. Not on our program for Lakeview, but nice tackle. Had he not made that tackle, there was another 5 yards of green turf behind him. So that's a one-man play on his behalf. Mosier up under center at second and long. Second man through off the right side. That's Hofer, and he's going to pick up about 5 or 6. Going to get him across the original line of scrimmage, but still make up 3rd and long.
All right, little belly 22. What the Leafs are doing is they're taking the 9 end, that's the left end, and bringing them over to the right side and splitting them out. So you still got the tight end. That draws the cornerback out, and then running up into the 2-hole there, give the running back a little more room. We've seen that a couple times tonight already.
We're going to give them 5 on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Leafs need the big play. The big action on the offensive line is going to have to kind of blow a nice little hole. And the running back's going to have to do a little on his own. Drop back. The McConnell pitches out wide. Oh, the pass is complete, but tripped up right around the 35-yard line.
That's Bruce Moore making that catch.
Going to be short of the first down. He's going to be 2 yards short of the first down, bringing up 4th and 2. They're thinking about it. Coach Johnson, they look like they're going to send in a play on 4th and 2 at their own 36-yard line.
That's confidence in your defense, because if you don't get it here, you're giving them the short field.
Confidence in both. Confidence you can pick up 2, and definitely confidence in your defense that it's not a problem if you don't. And it could be a long count. Gonna call a timeout. He saw something the alignment didn't like. I really thought he'd take a shot at a long snap before he called the timeout, but we'll see.
Right, and plus that gives them a little more time to decide what play he actually really wants to run. If they want to run a play at all, maybe change their mind and go punt the ball.
Well, they're obviously talking to the offensive unit right now, so they have not switched out, called in the punt unit.
I know in 8th grade football, we're going for it.
Well, there's a lot of money riding on those games.
That's right.
And you have a lot of critics to answer to if you don't make it.
I should say in 8th grade football, I used to go for it. That's good stuff. This is what makes it exciting.
If you don't make it, you got at least 3 parents you're going to have to talk to.
You betcha. You bet.
Other than that, the media is going to be pretty soft on you.
But it's time you put some pressure on these that offensive linemen. Say, boys, it's time to move people out.
And the Leafs are going for 4 and 2, 4th and 2nd.
Oh, we jumped. Now we'll punt it.
Yeah.
Right guard.
Cost us a timeout, and it's going to cost us the football. That one you can't do. Right. We didn't even get under center.
Right, but another pre-snap penalty, and we can't have that all night long.
Yeah, we really don't want to throw anybody under the bus, so we're not even going to look and see who they talk to here. But that is that's very unfortunate, because now it's 4th and 7, and we're going to have to kick it. Jerry Green runs in with the. They must have a variety of punt plays, because he just brought in a new one.
Looks like P.J. Moser back to punt.
That's the one I like.
Yeah.
That's the punt play I like, because he's got a nice leg. Snap. The left-footed kick is high, but not particularly deep. Bounce is neutral. Doesn't go very far. And speaking of Jerry Green, he downs the football.
You got about 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this first quarter. Lakeview will start with the ball at their own 39, 38 yard. If they put the ball, there it is, 38-yard line.
If they put
37-yard line. All
yeah,
right.
they just talk about it for a while, then they put it down. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, as Coach said. And this is the best field position Lakeview has had this far in the game. They have not recorded the first down. And the Leafs defense has been stellar. So here we go. We'll see if we can keep it up. Ball at the 37-yard line. Out of shotgun formation, the pitch is out to the left. Cut up the middle, and he's going to pick up some yardage. That's going to be their biggest play of the game up to this point. He's going to pick up about 9, bring up a 2nd and 1.
All right, nice little pitch to the left side. Brought a back or the wide out in motion to get out in front of him. So now you've overloaded the side pitch and gets upfield for a nice gain of 9 yards.
Blocking scheme that we haven't seen, we didn't expect to have happen here. The defensive line was dominating the game up to this point. We got 2nd and 1. Still in the shotgun formation. Here's the handoff up the middle. And he is very close to the first down. Depends on whether they give him the yardage across mid. No, he's going to be short. They're going to put him right back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like
it'll be 3rd and 1.
Looks like Andrew Calabria was wrapped around his legs.
There's a ton of guys in there. Yep, his 65 is in there. And 70 was in there. Meanbro was in there. Look at those numbers. Pretty sure we had Connor Shipman at the bottom of that pile too. So here we go, 3rd and 1. And the quarterback walks up under center and he tries to sneak it, but I believe he dropped the football.
He did, fumbled the snap.
And then he picked it up while he had his knee on the ground,
right,
which is going to cause a loss of about a half a yard. They're going to move that back a half a yard. So it's going to be 4th and a yard and a half. After 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, now it's 4th and 1.5. That was a quarterback sneak all the way. As he walked up under center just before the snap, and it was on a touch. It looked like the snap was on a touch play and go, and he was just going to follow the center up the middle, but did not handle the football. 4th and 1.5. He's back in the shotgun formation. Oh, and the Leafs encroach on the play, and it's going to give them a first down after a stellar stand to that point. I'm just going to have to use that term for you. The pre-snap penalties tonight are really painful.
You bet. You bet. You know, on the
our statisticians over here adding up the pre-snap penalties to be really, really against the Leafs.
You know, in the play before that, they had the fumbled snap, but he's under center. Well, that's the first time we've seen him under center. Teams that use shotgun so much, like probably what they do, not used to the snaps, but got to knock off the pre-snap penalties.
And that's going to be the end of the first period of play here at Bob Reed Field. Geneseo 6. Lakeview, nothing.
This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast.
And welcome back to the second quarter of Green Machine football. My name is Bob Pettit along with Pat Mitchell, Keith Kennett on your camera, Willis and Parker on the stats, and we're ready for second quarter action here. The Leafs come out early and on the first drive pick up 6 points, but it's been a stalemate since. Lakeview just across midfield is with their best drive of the game, their first down of the game. Snap back, wide receiver out, it's received out there, and he's got a first down and a little more across the 35-yard line. Wide open was he on the left flank.
All by himself. He's the slot receiver on the left side, and nobody went with him. I wasn't paying attention to see if we're running zone or man, but if it was zone, whoever was supposed to be in the flat didn't get there.
Eli Allen was the only guy out there that had a chance to get in the way. Rylan Coons on the tackle, but not until a gain of about 16 yards. 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line of the Leafs. We got another pre-snap penalty, and it's getting painful.
Big time.
It's getting very painful because we're all playing them in most areas of the game, but we're just giving them yardage.
Right. You know, with the jumping off sides, there's all you have to do is watch the man across you. Everybody always talks about you need to watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball. You don't watch the ball. You watch the guy across from you. When he moves, you move, and you can't go wrong there.
It's the only guy you got to beat.
Yes, exactly.
So we got 1st and 5 down inside the 30. Oh, a high snap. It's bobbled, and he's going to eat it.
Gavin McGuire with the sack.
There's about four green jerseys on him instantly. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say it was Gavin McGuire.
One of the things I do like is we kind of went back to old school. All the defensive linemen are down in 4-point stances now. It's hopefully you fire out a little lower. That's what it's designed to do.
And that's a 6-yard loss. 2nd and 11 after the penalty, a bonus tackle. And here's a wide out on the right. Got it on the flat. Received and picked up about 8 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Down, getting close to the red zone in Geneseo territory at the 27-yard line.
Beneke and Davison finishing off the tackle.
But he was wide open and had a good 5-yard head of steam before anybody had a chance to stop him. And we're going to play that a little tighter, Coach.
No question.
We're giving him that flat pass. We were getting by with it when we had a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but the offensive line are starting to block. At 3rd and 3, here's a high snap again. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Well covered on the play. It would have taken an absolutely perfect needle thread to get that one.
Right, the inside receiver just took off, went up the seam. Everything else, he's been going out to the flat or going somewhere else. This time he just went up the seam and was behind our linebacker. We just got him.
Yeah, Matt. Jonathan Maxwell on the coverage. But he did have about a step on him. If it would have been a perfectly thrown pass, could have been trouble.
Yep.
So we got 4th and 3, and they're going for it out of the shotgun formation on the on the right hash mark near us. And here's the snap, handoff up the middle, and he's got running room. He's going to be across first down yardage down inside the 20.
That was well blocked. They got everybody sealed down inside, and the running back just popped outside to get the yardage needed for the first down with 9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
We had the lineman on that just ran right by and didn't contain, and he patting himself on the helmet. He's not very happy with himself, but it's going to be first down. It was 4th and 3, and they executed.
Exactly right.
20-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 20. Comes Lakeview. The Wildcats pitch left. Nowhere to go, but he wiggles and jiggles back up almost to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to have about a 1-yard loss.
This is that same play where they bring the slot receiver in motion to get out in front. The block pitch was a little different this time, a little shorter than the first time, so he wasn't able to get outside the defensive end as he did before. But what I do like about him is he got his shoulders turned and got upfield and got what he could.
Yeah, that running back, Ayante, is getting most of the carries. Quarterback for Lakeview is Bell. Got him listed as a junior. Once again, might see him again if this is a 2-year series.
Yes.
2nd and 11. We're going to have a timeout here by the Wildcats. They didn't like what they saw again. They're down inside, well, they were inside the 20, and now they're outside the 20 at the 21-yard line after that loss. They know this is the time to get some score.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. This is obviously it's their best opportunity to score points so far this game, but it's also a chance for the Leafs. You know, buckle up, find out what you're made of. Let's go get them.
First 2 possessions were very uneventful by the Wildcats, and the Leafs looked like they were going to dominate, but they're moving the football this time.
Right.
And we have not made all the adjustments we need.
Some of this has been self-inflicted too, you know, with the 4th and 3, the offsides on 4th and 3. And, it's you just got to be more disciplined.
Had we been able to go for our 4th and 1 when we had it offensively, instead of pre-snap jumping the ball, they might not even have the football, but
right.
You know, that's ifs and buts.
Right.
You know what Dandy Don Meredith used to say about ifs and buts?
Candy and nuts, oh, what a party we'll have.
Here we go, back into action after the timeout by Lakeview. Bell back in the shotgun. 2nd and 11. Here's a snap back, pitch out wide, and he is eaten alive. I don't think he even saw his number.
Dominic DeBoof just right upfield into that.
Dominic did not take time to introduce himself. He introduced him to the turf immediately. We're back for about a 6-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 17. He just barely received the pitch, and Dominic was in his face.
Yes, that's a really nice play, using his speed and quickness to make a play, and that's what you have to do. You have to make plays.
Read that play extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to the play where they had big yardage gain, getting the ball down into the 20. Hand off again. Same man on the left side, but he's going to get back almost to the original line of scrimmage, not quite to the 20-yard line. That's Ayante.
All right, that time they brought the motion man across, but ran back to the place he just vacated, hoping that Leafs go with him. And he got a couple of yards back, but still 4th and 11 or so with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter here.
So 4th and 11 at the 21. 3 new players came in. I think we're going to find out they got a kicker. Apparently they do.
Yeah.
It's going to be a field goal attempt.
Going to try to cut the lead in half. It's 6-0 right now.
And there are fake plays out of this formation. But instead we're going to have a timeout.
Right, looks like they're setting up for about 38-yarder.
And it's going to be a timeout, Wildcats.
I like
maybe they didn't have time to practice field goal kicks this week, and they wanted to talk about it a little bit.
I like the new topper on the new scoreboard over there.
Looks like we got all kinds of new things going on over there.
I know.
It's looking pretty good.
I know it looks like they're finishing up the new soccer scoreboard earlier this afternoon, and I think the one on the football scoreboard they did this morning.
New scoreboard, new turf over there. The real turf. The grass type doesn't have rubber in it.
I think we're trying to figure out, I believe the Green Machine this year, the only game they play on regular grass is when we go to Moline.
So here comes the field goal. It's going to be spotted at the 28. Going to make a 38-yard field goal attempt. Leafs line up. Ball is snapped low. The ball is up and way short and to the left. guess it wasn't as short as I thought. It was just very low. Traveled quite a way distance at that low trajectory off to the left. And the Leafs are going to get that football in decent field position.
Well, at their own 20.
Leading 6-0.
Right, they get the ball back at the 20s because similar to a punt, becomes a touchback once it crosses the goal line.
6:46 remaining in the first half. Leafs up 6-0. Thanks for joining us here this Friday evening, lovely Friday evening here on TV 50 and WGRG. Ball out to the left, handed off. It's Hope coming around the corner. No, it's Jones coming around the corner. And he picks up big yardage across the 30 and the 40 and almost to midfield. It's going to be at it's going to be at the Leafs 43-yard line.
Yeah, he had to push one of his blockers and get out of the way. I'm coming through. One of his own blockers. So very nice pickup. Good start. They had the fullback offset this way, and then a little what they call 49 jet.
I'm going to see some high-level math and call that a 23-yard gain. Leafs at the 43-yard line. Hand off to Hofer on the right side. He goes around the corner, and that defensive end just sheds that block enough to trip him up for short gain. He's only going to get about a yard. One tough yard. Had he shed that tackle, he'd have picked up quite a bit because there was a lot of green stuff out there.
I just needed one block out there.
Had the block, just didn't get sustained quite long enough. Defensive end just seemed like he just kind of just shed the block and headed for the feet. So here we go on 2nd and 9. McConnell under center. Hand off again, right up the middle. Boom, boom, boom. He's across midfield. He's in the wide open spaces. The 30, the 20, down to the 10. He charged by, if he didn't step out of bounds, he's going in. It's going to be touchdown, Geneseo. I couldn't tell if that official was going to call him out of bounds or not. Tiptoeing down the last 5 yards, right on the out of bounds line. It's going to be touchdown, P.J. Mosier. And again, the math is going to tell me that was about 58 yards.
56.
I was going to say 56.
Yep.
I forgot about that 2-yard gain we had just before that.
They moved the chains too fast.
No, I was on the 40. I was on the 44. I got to just do the math. But we're happy to have anything. We got a whistle before the kick. Got to have some kind of crazy violation. It was prior to the kick, so we're probably going to have a re-snap.
So that was the 21 jet motion, the two back going to the one side and then running the fullback up underneath it. Had some success last week with that, with Gavin McGuire and PJ, and been a while, come back to it, and a lot of success on that play.
No. There's a lot of confusion on the field right now, in case you're watching this, because the Leafs have left the field and said the penalty.
You're going to go for it now instead of kicking it?
All right, that's why they came off the field. The Leafs accepted the penalty against Lakeview. It's going to be half the distance to go, and they're going to go for it from the 1.5-yard line. Try to make up for that missed PAT early in the first period. 5.5 minutes here in the second period. 12-0 in favor of the Leafs. Going for 2 here. Roll out wide. Passes on the right corner, and it's complete.
Kyle Hofer.
Your eyes have to be better than mine to make that call. It's going to be Kyle Hofer over in the right-hand corner, and it definitely was. We had 2 guys wide open. Take your pick, Jones or Hofer, and Hofer gets the catch. Yeah. That makes the score back on serve here. We had a broken serve a little earlier, but the serve is back on 14-0 with 5.5 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Hopefully that builds confidence. I tell you, the one thing with that touchdown run is PJ showed a little bit of speed. You know, he doesn't look like he's running fast, but there's a couple guys with an ankle on him that he ran through. So 3 plays on that drive. Started at our own 20, so that makes 80 yards. Did that in 1:09. The big play was a 56-yard touchdown run by P.J. Mosher, making the score 12-0, and then the 2-point try, McConnell to Hofer to make it 14-0 with 5:37 to go here in the first half. You needed that. You needed that. I still would like to see if we can put together one of those patented 11, 12, 13 play drives, but we're not gonna trade that touchdown run in.
Great blocking that first 10 yards of gain, and PJ had to break a couple tackles. Here's a squib kick. It's off of the offensive player, but he pounces on it about the 25-yard line. We've got a Leaf player pointing the other way, but they're going to call that down. I would say he was probably down before contact. Correct. Anyway, so if it was jarred loose, it didn't matter.
Correct.
So Leaf squib kick it, bounced off of the up man about the 30-yard line, rolled back to about the 35. He recovered on his own, on the 25, recovered on his own 25-yard line, and worked out good for the Leafs. And back to that long field. The drive that Lakeview put together was kind of a short field drive.
Correct.
And they got a lot of confidence on that. We'll see if the Leafs get that old stingy defense back.
You bet. Be nice to see a big play here early. Single tight end to the left.
Calling out the signals. High snap one more time. A little confusion in the backfield, but the handoff is clean. Stopped out of bounds for a short gain. Got
finished off nicely. Had him wrapped around the ankles, stood up, and then old Mr. Pierce comes and lowers the boom.
Was that Davison? That was Caden Davison, I think, on the initial contact.
Had him wrapped around the ankles.
I believe that's correct. And Connor Shipman over there just to enforce things, make sure everything's under control. So we're going to give him a gain of about 2.5 and call it 2nd and 7.5, just to get a variety up here. And here's the snap. We've got a whistle before the snap.
Delay game? Nope. Yep.
Clock is at 0. Yep, they're going to step it off against the Wildcats. And that's going to bring it to 2nd and 12.5. Yeah, those pre-snap penalties. They bite you on either side of the line.
You bet.
Leaf defense gets they can give them a little bit more buffer here, and that's where they got a little bit of trouble is when they had that buffer. Handoff up the middle. Across the 25-yard line, going to pick up back just barely past the original line of scrimmage. Going to make it about 3rd and 9, maybe. That was Aonte one more time. I think Aonte has got the vast majority of their carries.
Yep.
Our stat gentlemen are going to tell us in a little while, but Aonte seems like he's getting the lug of these carries. Up to the line of scrimmage. Come the Wildcats. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. Bell barks out the signals. It's a high snap again. Way out on the left flat. It's incomplete. Well covered that time.
Caden Davison on the coverage.
Davison out there. And we didn't give him that cushion. They get comfortable when they have that cushion.
Oh, you bet.
And then their yardage after the catch have been kind of impressive. So
probably a good thing it wasn't completed for them because he would have lost about 3 yards. So we forced them to punt with 3:44 to go in the first half. Leafs up 14-0.
They're not going to go for this one. Not going to attempt a field goal either.
No.
It'd only be about a 90-yard field goal. Here comes the snap. Ready for the punt. Good snap. Kick is off. Off to the left. Not fielded. Let it roll. And it comes down to the 42-yard line of Geneseo. Once again, good field position. 58 yards away from pay dirt. That was 2 yards longer than the run by P.J. Mosher.
Yeah. Well, 3.5 minutes left now. Up 2 scores. You got a chance. You can do a couple things here. You can you can go score right away. Maybe you work on the passing game a little bit if you've got that confidence. You know, this is. I mean, it's not 2-minute time, but you can work on a 2-minute offense here.
3:34. Left to go on this possession. Hand up the middle. It's Mosier. Boom, boom, boom. You better hit him square. You're not going to bring him down. Ball across right at the midfield stripe. Ball at the 50. A pickup of 8 by Mosier.
I do like the way that started. You know, personally, if you know, you're offensively, you haven't been able to get a rhythm. You had some nice offense last series. Let's go see if we can run the ball down their throat a little bit more.
The hole is at the line of scrimmage, no question. It just depends on how well they fill. Here you go off the left side. He's wide open across the 40. Oh, tripped up was Jones. Just across the 40-yard line. It's going to be first down Geneseo, but after a gain of about 12.
That was a nice little ankle pick.
Yeah, it was.
By their number 8.
I don't know if his ankle just the end of the shoestring, but
yeah.
It was.
He's gone.
That's the epitome of a shoestring tackle because he was going to run.
Yes, he was
gone. He
gone.
was just picking up a head of steam. So down at the 38-yard line, the Leafs have the football. This might answer your question. They're not worried about a 2-minute offense.
Correct.
They're just running it up their throat. P.J. Mosier up the middle. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
Oh my goodness! The official is down.
Oh, he's back up again.
Well, he's staggering. He's not up. He's not up by. Yeah, he's pretending it didn't happen, but he's hurting.
He tried to roll through it right back to his feet, but
he didn't stick that landing. I'm telling you.
No, he didn't stick the landing. That's for sure. But hey, another 7 yards on first down with the fullback up the middle. 2:15 and counting in the first half. Leafs up by 2 scores. But yeah, like we talked about, I like the idea of let's work on the stuff that's gonna, that we're gonna be using all year long. To kind of make up for some of the mistakes and stuff we're making.
He's breaking the line of scrimmage with a head of steam, and then he's bouncing off. There you go. There's Jones out right. He's got some running room. He's got down under the 10-yard line. I couldn't come up with the yard lines, but he's all the way down inside the 10, and no flags.
He had Kyle Hofer in front of him, but the defensive back kind of turned on him, so Kyle did a great job of not blocking that guy in the back.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for, to see if he was going to be a flag out there, because he had Kyle in a bad spot.
You bet. You put Hofer in motion to get out and be the lead blocker, and then a quick pitch to Mason Jones, and goes 24 yards down to the 7-yard line with 1:43 and counting here in the first half. Leafs up 14-0.
We talked last week about the stamina factor, and looking at their sideline, I don't know how we could not win the stamina factor. Here it goes, handoff on the left side. He's going to walk into the end zone. Jones on the play, just the opposite side, same play, opposite way.
You bet. One thing he's got to be careful of, he kind of looked like he let up at about the 2-yard line, and yeah, it looks like he let up just before he got across the goal line, and he's still fair game. He's got to make sure he gets to the back of the end zone at full speed.
It wasn't really a matter of whether he's going to get across the goal line. It's going to be a matter of whether he gets hit or not.
Correct.
And he might have got hit really close to that goal line, and you don't want an injury here over that. That brings up the score. It's touchdown Geneseo, by the way. Again, I feel like I should be giving away a pizza. Call it Roma's anyway. Just pay for your pizza. Or Danny Boy's or Pizza Hut or who else has pizza in town? Here's the extra point. It's good. 21-0 in favor of the Leafs. 1:28 left to go here in the first half. Don't want to leave out Casey's. They had one of those this afternoon. or Dairy Queen. They're one of our sponsors. You never know what you can get something good at Dairy Queen. Celebrate the touchdown for the Geneseo Maple Leafs.
All right. 5 plays, 58 yards, and all of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So there are not a lot of plays in the drives, and they're not taking a lot of time off the clock. But you don't apologize for that. You play hard and make sure you're executing blocks and run into the end zone. Culminated by a 7-yard touchdown run from Mason Jones Brendan Hipkins this time. The kick extra point is good, making it 21-0 with a minute and a half to go in the second half. Watching the replay on that, though, there was still a little bobble on the snap. The snap was a little bit low.
Kick was really nicely done, straight up the middle. So here we go, kicking off for the multiple time. That ball's a little deeper bound down about the 10-yard line, and here we come across the 20. Across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line is Lakeview.
Bruce Moore again, making the tackle in open field.
Comes a lot of the same old boys out there that have been really plugging up the line. Lakeview has only had one really decent drive, stalled on a missed field goal from the, I think it was going to be, a 37-yard field goal or somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And here they start at the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with a minute 22 left to go. On the snap, the clock will run. We're getting close to the first half. Hand up off the middle. Looks like they got a new running back in. We're going to call that one number 82.
And that's
not
his
on
name.
Not on our program.
That's his name from now on.
They don't have a sophomore team, so they don't have a sophomore roster. So we're just going to go with number 82.
That hole looked big to start with and closed down in a hurry.
It did.
Nice job by the by your front four.
It looked like there was a lot more potential than a gain of 1. So we got 2nd and 9 after that gain of 1. 44 seconds left, clock ticking down. Again, out of the shotgun formation is Bell. Looks out on the left flat, kicks it out there, it's complete. Downfield, across the first down yardage, across 40-yard line. Down about the 42. Reception by the wideout, Driscoll.
Stops the clock momentarily for the first down. 30 seconds to go in the first half.
And he's a sophomore. Looking at their roster, they have about 4 seniors, maybe 5 seniors on the team.
Wow.
Numbers are down across the state, but especially at Lakeview High School. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here comes Lakeview with the snap. Ball pitched out here on the close flat. It's complete, moved up right up to midfield. Gain of 8.
Nice tackle by Nathan Beneke, keeping the man in front of you. It's almost, now the clock's going to run out. That'll be the last play of the first half.
They ran out of timeouts.
Right.
They took a lot of timeouts, and they are not aware that the end of the first half is taking place. And at Bob Reed Field, that's going to be the end of the first half with the score, Maple Leafs 21, Lakeview Wildcats 0. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back.
This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast.
drum majors Haley Nelson and Olivia Musbarger. Is your band ready?
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
And we're back for the second half of football here at Bob Reed Field. Green Machine football, second week of action. It's the Green Machine against Lakeview Wildcats. Leafs are up 21-0 and get to receive the football at the opening of the second half. My name is Bob Pettit along with Pat Mitchell, Keith Kennett, Willis and Parker are feeding us information.
I love being fed information. I just like being fed.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, should we give Joe Nichols some props for that?
You betcha.
He supplied some pizza up here in the booth. That's really good. So here we go. Kickoff by Lakeview. It's on the ground. It's a squibber. And it gets through all the way back to the 10-yard line. Oh, a booming block. That ball is only going to be carried out to about the 16-yard line, and the Leafs are going to get it deeper in their own territory. That was a oopsie. Was that Wages on the return?
Yep, Brennan Wages.
Brennan Wages.
That's one of those where after it rolls around like that, you just pick it up and get what you can. Just don't turn the ball over there.
Got the ball at the 16-yard line, picked it up at the 10. But it was kind of like, you got it. Nope, nobody's got it. So here we go, Leafs first and 10 at the 16-yard line. First play of the second half. And we got a whistle before the play. It's not going to be good for the Leafs. It's going to march back to the 11. They're starting in a big old hole. Not only are they on the 11-yard line, but it's first and 15. Yeah. We're just getting too much movement on the offensive line. And, again, I realize week 2 is just week 2, but you hope some of those things. Once again, it's 21-0, favor of the Leafs, but those things got to get cleaned up. So, McConnell under center, hands that ball up the middle. We got some yardage. Got big yardage up the middle across the 20 to the 25-yard line. That ball is going to be almost, after all the penalization, almost a first down.
PJ doing a really nice job of following his blocking up the middle, kind of, once he got downfield a little bit, picking and choosing, later on he'll just take off and go and get a couple extra yards with his legs. But a very nice run. Way to get the penalty yardage and then some back.
14-yard pickup by P.J. Mosier. 2nd and 1. Leafs hand off out wide. It's Hofer. He's got some running room. He's cutting up across the 35, 40, almost to the 45. He's tripped up. They're going to mark it about the 44-yard line of Geneseo with a first down Green Machine.
Right. That's actually looks like Mason Jones. Mason Jones with on a 49 jet. Hofer leading the way. That might have been where you see him out there. It's really nice when you got running backs that will block for their teammate. That's when the offense starts rolling.
This is a humbling job.
What's it? Oh.
Gotta admit I'm wrong again. But Mason Jones on the run. Here we go off to the right side. That's a counter play by that one's Hofer running. He shakes a couple tackles, gets out across midfield. They're going to mark him about just across midfield, about the 49-yard line of the Wildcats.
That's a nice run, breaking out of the little guy had him at the ankles, and he was able to spin out of that, gain another 5 yards. Very nice run by Kyle there.
Yeah, that was going to be about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he picked up 7. Very nice. Here come the Leafs up to the line of scrimmage, moving that ball quickly. McConnell under center. There's a snap, pitch back over on the far side. That's Hofer that time. Not going to pick up much that time. He's going to have to battle trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he is going to be actually marked for a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, they had that one sniffed out pretty well. They're
I take that back. They're moving him ahead to the 49, so it's a no gain.
Yeah, the cornerbacks got up in a hurry and were able to slow him down. But you still like the effort. You know, he was fighting for everything he could get.
It did. There was not a big hole there on that one. It was kind of jammed up from the beginning, and he had to fight for everything. Just get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. It's Mosier. He's got the first down and more. He's across the 35, almost to the. Excuse me, 45, almost to the 46-yard line. 41-yard line. I'll get it right.
In the first half, he had 92 of the Leafs, 177 yards rushing, and he's just adding to that here in the second half in big chunks.
56-yard touchdown run helps a lot, but that's 92 yards is a good half ball.
You betcha.
Okay, ball at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Leafs.
Leafs also had Mason Jones with 73 yards. That's a good half, too.
That's a very nice half.
That's good balance.
He didn't have a 56-yarder in there, did he? Here we go, up at 1st down. Drop back to pass is McConnell. He lets it slip out of his hands. It's on the ground, and it's a scrum. And it's going to be Lakeview ball. He dropped back. It looked like he was attempting to fake a pass, and it slipped out of his hand, but he was not attempting to throw, so there's not going to be an incomplete pass in any way you look at it.
Right. One of the things he'll watch the film and say, "Oh, I wish I'd have kept 2 hands on that ball and kept it up high instead of bringing it down to his waist." That's where it slipped out. But that kind of ends up what was the makings of a really good drive.
Bottom line here is 42-yard line. Lakeview has a good field position to start their first drive of the second half. There's a snap. Bell drops back, throws it over the middle to nobody. Incomplete. Well covered.
P.J. Mosier on the coverage there. Oh, my mistake there. Hey, see, we all do it. That's Tannen Rink on the coverage there.
I was going to say, he doesn't look like P.J. Mosier.
No, he's not quite as big. I just saw the 8.
Yeah, if Tannen Rink is running fullback like that, I want to know what he's taking. Here we go, 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line. Wildcats trying to mount a drive here, down 21-0 to the Leafs. Here's a snap. Delayed snap. Runner in motion. Now Bell hands off up the middle. He's going nowhere. We're going to have a loss on the play. Their favorite running back, Ayante.
That's Brandon Cathcart and Eli Allen right there to take the running back to the ground.
That's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Very well played on the backside. That play wasn't supposed to go to the right. It was supposed to go more up the middle and a little bit to the left. And there was nothing there, and so he cut back, and the backside did a very nice job of staying on the ground.
All the way back to the 37-yard line, 3rd and 15. Leafs defense has come to play. This is the way they started the game. Then had one series where they were a little less effective, but they've been pretty solid ever since. Very solid, as a matter of fact. Bell drops back, throws down the right flat. It's dropped. So 3rd and 15 is an incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th and 15 on their own 37-yard line. And here comes the punt squad.
He had to get rid of that ball probably a little bit before he wanted to. Gab McGuire was breathing down his neck. So the Lakeview will punt here with 7:49 to go in the 3rd quarter with Green Machine up 21-0.
Back to punt. Here's the Wildcat punter. Snap is good. Kick is off. There's a flag on the play. Ball is not fielded. They'll let it roll, and it's rolling down near the 25-yard line. But we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, Lakeview didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage, which amounts to an illegal formation or illegal procedure penalty. I'm sure the Leafs will decline that and just take the ball and go.
They would move him back 5 yards. Green captain. So it's not automatic. There's a decision to be made. Didn't take very long to make it. They're going to take the football, as you said.
Right.
So here come the Leafs on their second possession of the second half. 7:38 left to go here in the third quarter. The first possession was very effective until the ball slipped out of the quarterback's hands. McConnell on a fake pass let it slip out of his hands, and Wildcats recovered, but they went no place but backwards, negative yardage. Leafs at the 25-yard line. There's a handoff up the middle again. Mosier's truck running over people. He's in open field across midfield. Brought down from behind. He ran through people and over people. Didn't get that full head of steam up after he ran over that last defensive back. So he was able to be caught from behind.
All right, number 8, Weitzman. All you got to see was thigh pad, PJ's thigh pad as he was running through him. But nice little 29-yard run there for PJ, just adding to what's already been a really nice game.
There might have been some pleasantries exchanged. You never know. There's the ball up the middle again. Just chugging for more yardage is PJ Mosier. He's got another first down across the 35-yard line. They'll mark it probably somewhere around the 34. Another first down on an 11-yard gain by Mosier.
Right, nice little hot move there at the line of scrimmage, at the hole. So that's becoming fun to watch.
Well, they're winning the line of scrimmage. There's a nice hole at the line of scrimmage, and instead of being tackled by the secondary, he's running over people, and it's taking 2 or 3 to bring him down.
Yes,
it is kind of fun to watch. Very fun. So here we go on 1st and 10 one more time at the 34-yard line. That ball's handed off to Jones. He's out around the left side. He cuts off the left tackle and gets another first down. They're just chewing it in big chunks, Coach.
Well, I really like to see the way Mason ran the ball that time. He found his hole, turned upfield, and made a decision right away. Lowers his shoulders after about 8 yards a little bit, and picks up another Leafs first down with 6:50 to go here in the third quarter, and the Leafs still up 21-0.
Looked like he was going wide, but he read that thing right off the tackle's shoulder, cut upfield off the tackle, and picked up a nice gain about 11 yards. 6.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Leafs moving the football again at will. Mosier up the middle. He's got a lot of running room. He's running over people, dragging people down to the 4-yard line.
PJ's, you've got a really nice athlete there at fullback right now, plus some size. I know he's a basketball player as well as a baseball player, and he's got some sneaky quickness. Another 19 yards this time to get the ball down inside the 5.
So it's 1st and goal at the 4. Here comes the play. It's going to be a secret play by Brennan Wages bringing it in. 6:12, the clock ticking away here in the third period. There's the snap. He's handed off on the right side. He's got it. Look. There was nobody within 5 yards.
Kyle Hofer.
It's Kyle Hofer on the right side. Touchdown Geneseo. Haven't heard the fireworks. There he goes. They're shooting at us, Coach.
That's it.
6 minutes, 2 seconds left to go here in the third period. It's another score for the Leafs. Makes the score 27-0.
I tell you what, I'm enjoying watching the replay of that on the new scoreboard. That's pretty sharp.
I haven't actually seen that yet. You almost have to be a fan to do that.
Exactly.
You have to watch too many things when you're trying to call it. Whoa, that ball was a line drive kick.
Single doink.
Single doink. Did it doink on the low bar?
It doinked on the crossbar. Yep.
Hit the crossbar. I mean, it never got above the crossbar. Came right back. And we got an official here still mending himself. I think that official actually got hurt when he went down.
Yeah.
He's checking. He's kind of trying to get his knee back in shape so he can make it down the field one more time. He's hobbling pretty good. So 27-0 in favor of the Leafs. It's going just the way we want.
Very nice drive by the Leafs. All of 5 plays and 75 yards with a minute 36 off the clock there. P.J. Moser with a number of long runs there. He's now at 12 carries for 174 yards, which is very nice to see out of our fullback. And then I know Mason Jones got to be close to 100 as well. But Kyle Hofer got to cap that off with a 4-yard run, but the extra point was no good after bouncing back to the line of scrimmage off the crossbar.
Those of you listening on the radio probably know, but here's the kick down to the 10-yard line. He's going to not make it to the 20. A little bit of slow recovery on that football, and he's going to be down to about the 17 or 18-yard line. Let's call it the 18. There's a flag on the play. That's going to be an infraction against Lakeview, and it's going to be half the distance to the goal, putting it on about the 9-yard line. I'm betting. Is that correct?
I didn't see what the call was.
Looked like a block in the back.
Yeah, so you're right. Half the distance to be put in at the 8 or 9 yard line.
And it should have been the 9, but they're going to set it at the 8.
Okay.
But they don't have to pass any particular math test to be registered as officials, so we're going to let them go.
All right, Wildcats will start this drive with just about 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. They're down 27-0 to our Green Machine.
Again, they've had our stat boys will tell us here how many they've had. About 5 drives this game, and 1 they had positive yardage, I believe. The other 4 were pretty futile. Leafs defense has really stood up tall. Bell back to pass, throws it over the middle. Incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 8.
Setting up for a middle screen here. They allowed the lineman to get through in a hurry. He actually still had to throw a little sooner than he wanted to, and not totally sure who he was throwing to because the receiver was going upfield, but good start to this drive.
We saw that last week. Instead of just getting a quick hold block and let them through, they're getting them on lay blocks.
Right, exactly.
The linemen are just pouring in there. 5:53 left to go here in the third period. It's a score of 27-0 in favor of the Leafs. 2nd and 10 for the Lakeview Wildcats. Bell back to pass, throws it on the wide flank. It's going to be incomplete, but it would have been a pass for a loss because that was covered. My goodness, that was covered. The receiver, had he caught that ball, would have been caught inside the 5-yard line.
Right. Flag on the play as well. Looked like they had the running back wasn't set enough for a count before the snap of the football.
I didn't catch it, but it looked like Davison on that tackle.
Right. Knowing where that was, I believe
it was.
Right.
I think it was. So we're still waiting for the officials to talk about what they're doing with the penalty. While we're talking about that, those of you who aren't paying attention or follow baseball but aren't paying attention, the Cubs score is 4-1 and the Cardinals score is 4-1. I'm not going to tell you who's winning.
Winning formation, 5 in the backfield. That penalty's on. It's good. Wait for the whistle.
Okay, they're going to decline that penalty. It was against Lakeview, and the Leafs are going to decline that penalty and make it 3rd and 10. So here from the 8-yard line, ball is handed off up the middle. Going to pick up about 2 yards. I think that was Aonte again. Maybe not, but either way, it's going to give him. We're going to give him a gain of 2, and it's going to be 4th and 8 from the 10, 90 yards from their goal line.
Yeah, very nice job closing that down by Eli Allen, because he looked like he was just trying to sneak through a little hole there, and Eli closed that down in a hurry.
So do you think he was being proficient or mean? Mean, bro. Out of the end zone comes the punt. It's a poocher. Fair catch is called by Jones at the 37-yard line of Lakeview. Short field for the Leafs. 37 yards away from more points.
So we got a short field here. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. 27-0 Leafs with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There's actually no defender within about 10 or 15 yards when he called that fair catch. So, but you know it's early in the season and you don't need that. You don't need that on your shoulders. They're going to give it to him at the 36-yard line. Must have liked that step they took forward as he caught it. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. The Leafs up 27-0. Have the football at the 36-yard line. And here's a handoff on the left side to Jones. And he squiggles and squiggles around across the 30-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 7. Nice run, nice blocking scheme, and we have a Leaf down. That's not what we need. If I were...
Looks like Mason Jones. I don't see 27.
Yeah, Jones ran the football on that play, and he was duking and jogging around there, but he was actually treating that like a cramp. And I think they're all treating it like a cramp. One leg is kind of getting stretched out, and the other one's beating itself into the turf. That looks like cramp symptoms. So, got to hydrate on these days. Got to hydrate.
I mean, it's not necessarily humid out, but you still, you still have to hydrate, get yourself, get the body ready to go.
We've had a couple games in recent years around this time of the year where the trainer is the leading yard gainer on and off the field. We're struggling to try to get him back on his feet, but trying to work it out. But they're definitely massaging and working it, so it's all the symptoms of a cramp. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here at Bob Reed Field, and it's all Geneseo tonight. 27-0 is the score, and Leafs driving again down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard gain by Jones. And Jones limps off the field.
In games earlier this week for Geneseo football, the JV played Plano here Monday night, coming out 27-0 winners. The Little League hasn't started yet. They start next week. The eighth graders, the Greens, took on a really good Glenview team and played them toe for toe. A couple big plays by Glenview, and the Greens lost there. The Whites faced off against John Deere at home, and they're sitting now at 2-0 after playing really well. So that eighth grade group, it's like we say a number of times, once they get together, they've got to make it to that freshman year so they can see what happens when everybody gets together.
Yes, sir. And once again, as we talked about last week, those games against those Quad City junior high middle school teams are more significant now that we've joined the Western Big Six. This is our first year in Western Big Six competition. Leafs back in action. McConnell rolls around to the right side, flips it out. Hofer had his back to the ball, released it a little soon, but he was wide open. Just had not turned to look at the ball yet, and McConnell's explaining why he threw that ball quite so soon.
Bruce Moore had taken the spot of Mason Jones, and he was wide open up the middle of the field too. The kind of surprised Lakeview there with a pass on 2nd and short, but now we got 3rd and 2 at the at the 28-yard line with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Leafs up 27-0.
Nate Van de Woestijn also checks back in, running back and forth. And man, did he make a catch last week. I can't get over that. That was just laid up there. Reminded me of the Drew Himmelman days. Here's the ball up the middle. It's fullback through, and he gets across the 25-yard line for a Geneseo first down. Going to give him a gain of about 4.
Right, he was actually hit at the line of scrimmage.
Just kept leg driving.
Bowled his way for another 4.
You got to love him. I mean, his legs just keep driving. It's just traditional Geneseo fullback time, and he fits that mold.
Correct. Clay DeBailey bringing the play in this time.
Oh, he's got a good one. I like it when Clay DeBailey calls the play. 25-yard line come the Leafs, 1st and 10. Trying to up that score. Heading towards the territory of running clock time. Here we off on the right side again. It's wide open down to inside the 10-yard line. That's Hofer again.
Once he saw some daylight, he just took off and didn't hesitate.
Going to spot him. Started at 25. Going to spot him at the 8-yard line. Going to give him a gain of 17. How's my math? Did I get it right this time? Okay. Yeah. Parker and Willis are giving me the thumbs up. I finally got one right.
I'm cheating and looking at the computer.
I'm using my fingers and toes.
That's good.
3:55 left to go here in the third period. Leafs on the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Pretty much running over the Lakeview Wildcats here in the second half. You know, the stamina, they just are really light on players. They got about 9 players on the sideline over there. They got a counter play on the left side down near the goal line. If he's not signaling touchdown, they're going to spot it at the 1.
Once again, I like how the running back, that's Bruce Moore this time, on the little misdirection counter to the left. He saw a hole, got his shoulders squared up, and squirted through the hole down to the 1.
It was a nice cut. It looked like he was going to consider taking that ball wide one more time, and he just cut up that hole off the trap block just like he's supposed to.
This play brought in by Brennan Smith.
Oh, I like his plays too. Yep. Here's the handoff up the middle. Nobody going to get him. They touched him, but he was across the goal line.
And a little 23 power by Kyle Hofer.
Kyle Hofer with the touchdown. That makes the score Geneseo 33, Lakeview 0.
All right,
Sounds like we got lots of fireworks.
This is one thing we got to get better at. This is we struggled tonight with our extra point.
Well, our snaps out of the shotgun have been pretty decent. We need to have this snap right here.
Good snap, good hold.
I assume the snap is McConnell to McConnell.
Kick.
Is that correct?
You are correct.
The snap is from Joseph McConnell to his brother. And the hold is good. The kick is good. That brings the score to 34-0. We're 1 score away from running clock. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the third period.
That drive started at the Lakeview Wildcats 36-yard line, took 6 plays, a minute 47 seconds. Finished off by Kyle Hofer with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Brendan Hipkins kick was good. That makes the Leafs 34, the Lakeview Wildcats 0, with 3:13 to go in the third quarter. Now we're in a situation where defense, you need to keep playing, and you're going to get. I think our next time on offense, we may see some of the backups in, or could be one of those things. Let's get the 40, get the running clock, and then get some of the backups in.
If I had to put money on it, I would say we'll see some fresher jerseys. They're not dirty jerseys out there now, but but they at least got perspiration on them.
It might be something where you bring in the backup, the second group backfield with the starting offensive line. And I don't know. We'll see. We got to play some good defense first.
And here's the kick. And it's going to go out of bounds deep into Wildcat territory, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Well, it doesn't really matter. Flag is they're going to set it at the 30. Is it 35?
That's what it usually is. one of the new things now is, I believe they can have it at the 35, or they can take, if it's short of the 35 or beyond the 35, they can take a 5-yard penalty and add it to it. So if the ball went out at the 36, they'd move it to the 41. But since it went out at the 17, they'll take it at the 35.
So here we go, Wildcats football at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Leafs defense has been very, very solid. I think, as you've mentioned many times, Coach, the pressure from the defensive line has been very key. Those big guys up front have been getting it done.
Right. Looks like we got a little Brandon Cathcart and Andrew Calabria in the middle of that front four.
First down play.
Like I said, we're calling it a front four, but it's not a true four-man front.
First down play, handed off right up the middle for a little gain. Falls across the 35-yard line to the 36 for a 1-yard gain.
See a new number in there. Looks like Harrison Newman, number 63.
Okay, 2nd and 9. I'm still trying to find all the numbers on the program here. Here we go. We got a snap on 2nd and 9, and a whistle blown, and we got a delay of game. So they're going to move it back, make that 2nd and 14.
Probably better that they got the delay of game than the result of that snap.
Yeah, that snap was high, and it was not going to have a good result unless it's one of those broken plays that turns out to be miraculous.
We've seen those through the years.
Our defensive line to start the ball game, Cole Gratter, Connor Shipman, Gavin McGuire, outstanding job. Dominic DeBoof, Caden Davison, Eli Allen, John Maxwell at the linebackers, Tanner Rink, Anthony Pierce, Nate Beneke, Rylan Coons. Great job. A lot of those guys are going to be stepping aside here for their teammates. Here's a pass downfield. That ball is incomplete.
Tell you what, Brandon Cathcart was right on top of him.
He was.
That's the one thing that I don't think I could have played in this era. I could have played defensive line in this area. I don't think I'd have been fast enough. A lot of these guys are really quick, and that's what you need in this day and age with the wide open offenses. You can't have the big old one gap type guys. You've got to have some guys who are athletes and that can make plays.
Yep, Beneke out there to help out on that thing, but the initial broken play, I think that was that Pierce over there. And there's a high snap, and that's fumbled. That's going to be Leaf football. That's going to be Leaf football deep into Lakeview territory. Leafs, a high snap, bobbled, never recovered by Bell, the quarterback. Ball bounced around, hit the turf, and nothing but green jerseys on top of it.
Yeah. Looks like we've got a lot of fresh jerseys in there now.
It's 2 minutes left to go here in the third period. Leafs on the 21-yard line. 21 yards to go to a running clock.
See Garrett Toom in there, coming in there. Logan Fletcher is going to be your fullback. Brennan Wage is bringing in a play. New quarterback. New quarterback's Andrew Cotty, sophomore.
So we got a pretty new group, which is really good. That's where we like to see it. Cotty calls it, takes it up the middle. That ball was fumbled, and they're going to give it back. They're going to give it back to the Wildcats. Signal is the other way. So we got a fresh group of guys in there, guys that don't always work together. Sophomore quarterback, got a mishandled snap, and Leafs pass up an opportunity to put some points on the board for now.
How about defensively? Looks like it's a really new group defensively as well. Clay Bailey out here at a corner. Brendan Hipkins is one of the outside linebackers on the right side. Brendan Smith on the left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker is still Jonathan Maxwell. Garrett Toome is one of the down linemen.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Come the Wildcats of Lakeview. Hand it off up the middle. He's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, and there's going to be a host of Leafs to shove him back to the turf. Going nowhere. Going to give him a gain of 0. Ball marked still at the 23-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Right, Nathan Beneke still in there.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play by Jonathan Maxwell.
Right.
That was a
spin move.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
The spin move off the tackle, off the attempted block into the running back, and just took him down. Sweet.
Tannen Rink still in there. Cotty is in there now, the left cornerback.
3rd and 10. Handoff back up the middle, and he's going absolutely nowhere. He's going to be behind the line of scrimmage, back to the 20-yard line.
That's Maxwell again.
Maxwell again. He just doesn't. He just refuses to be blocked.
Drayton DeBoof coming in, taking the place of Clay to Bailey. Here comes Maxwell.
Coming in, yeah, a lot of support. A lot of guys in there. Toome was ready to nail him if he wanted to wiggle loose. They were all right there.
Brandon Cathcart still in.
There was 4 guys that could have got him for a loss.
Yeah, these are a lot of the young guys. I mean, I know our defense has a lot of young guys on it anyway, but this is still a lot of young guys.
3rd and 13 for the Wildcats. Still in the snapback, and it's going to be knocked down. I thought that was a pick.
Tannen almost had it.
Yeah, Bell throws a long one up the middle, just through the hands.
Right through the fingertips of Tannen.
Just about had that thing. He was definitely in position. It was great defensive position. There was no place Bell could put that football where his receiver was going to catch the football.
Here's what I love about the way Coach Johnson was doing this by not going after the 40. Now, once that continuous clock goes, it gets over in a hurry. But now you've got time for a lot of these young guys, both offensively and defensively, to get some looks on film, watch themselves, and figure out a way to get better.
A shank punt by the kicker. Whistle blown dead. That ball's going to be blown dead at the 32-yard line of the Wildcats. Leafs have 37-yard line.
Leafs will run one play here in the 3rd quarter, 3 seconds left to go, up 34-0 at Lakeview's 37-yard line on the right hash mark. So, they got to make up for lost time from the last series, and they fumbled the snap on the first play.
Cotty back at quarterback. Parker DeSplinter goes in at the end position. Here's the snap. Going to be the last one of the 3rd period. Handoff on the left side. On the left side, he's got some running room. Picks up a nice gain of about 6. Down to the 31-yard line.
Bruce Moore.
That was Bruce Moore, number 34. Taking it off the left tackle. Picking up some yardage. We have a flag. And it's going to be against Lakeview. And they're
legal participation. Leafs will decline it.
We're going to decline that penalty, so we're going to call that at the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 quarters here at Bob Reed Field, it's Geneseo 34, Lakeview Wildcats 0. We'll be right back.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast.
And welcome back for the fourth quarter of action here. We've already played 3 here at Bob Reed Field with the score 34-0 in favor of the Maple Leafs. My name is Bob Pettit along with Pat Mitchell, Keith Kennett on the camera, Parker and Willis on the stats, and they're doing a phenomenal job. It's good to have them back. As we go into the fourth quarter here, Coach Mitchell, what are you seeing?
Well, very nice first 3 quarters. We'll get to see a lot of the second group in here. We'll try to get as many of those names as possible. I know a few that I see. Looks like Colton Mitten is at one of the left tackle spot.
Here's ball handed off on the right hand side. Chugging down inside the 10-yard line. There's a lot of action down there. They're acting like there's a loose football.
That's Brendan Hipkins fighting for some extra yardage. Very nice to see.
They were acting like it's a loose football, but it's going to be Maple Leaf football.
I see Andy Anderson in there at one of the receiver spots. Mitchell Ramos bringing in a play.
Hipkins on the carry, as you said. Like picking up those yards. He can scoot.
Oh,
he
yeah.
can fly around that right end.
You know, having coached these guys a few years ago, I got a story about him too. That's a really good one.
2nd and 1 yard to go for the first down after that 9-yard pickup by Hipkins. Here's ball over on the left side. Here we're going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Geneseo.
Bruce Moore.
We're going to call that
Bruce Moore.
Bruce Moore. Touchdown, Geneseo. That's going to cause the running clock here. Brings the score to 40-0 in favor of the Leafs. 11 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the football game.
We've got a flag on the play. That one's going to come back.
Well, maybe we put those 6 points on the board a little too soon.
Well, the fireworks didn't go off.
We didn't waste any fireworks. That's good. Well done, guys.
Well, some of the numbers I'm seeing out there, you got Kane Miller is in the game at the left guard.
Yeah, you mentioned Colton Mitten over on the left side.
Yep, Joe Beath is the new center.
Here comes Cotty under center. Snap, hand off on the left side, fullback up the middle. He's just plugging just driving to the goal line.
That one's going to come back as well.
We got more yellow laundry out there. He was down to the 3-yard line.
That was Logan Fletcher on that carry.
It was. Just caught that. And he's going to deny that yardage in his stat book. He's going to have to change his diary. Dear diary, I thought I had ball down to the 3-yard line today, but one of my teammates took it away. I hope it doesn't cause any in-house controversy.
Oh, no.
We always got to worry about that drama in softball, Coach. We got to make sure we don't have it. So here we go. We got 2nd and long now, 2nd and 11. Ball handed off on the right side, just off the right guard, and it's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage.
Logan Fletcher from his fullback spot gains a couple yards. Running behind Jacob Polovi, the right guard, and Garrett Toom, the right tackle.
It's going to be minimal yardage. Going to be 3rd down, and they say 12 on the scoreboard. Looks like 11 from here. So that was a no gain on that play.
Parker Splinter back into the game.
And the Leafs need a big 3rd down play. They're actually moving the football, and we're going to have a timeout. Timeout Geneseo. They're going to have a look at it. Going to talk about it a little bit. Leafs are actually moving the football, but the penalties are breaking their back.
Took away 1 touchdown, took away a ball down 1st and goal.
So here we sit with 10 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the ball game, 34-0. We thought we had a running clock, but it was called back. all kinds of stats that would be stats that we're putting up on the board that have to be taken back off the board by these depth players.
Look at some of the other scores going on tonight. Moline is down 14-13 in the third quarter to Lyle Bennett. Lyle Bennett's been a really good team the last few years. Rock Island's up 21-14 over Metamora, another traditionally good team. Quincy Notre Dame is leading Alleman 21-17 in the fourth quarter. No score yet. East Peoria and United Township Kewaunee is leading Orion 21-13. Bettendorf all over Iowa City West 35-0. Here we go.
And we're back in action here. Leafs on third down, need a big play. It's picked out to the right. He cuts up the middle. He's cutting back up. He's come all the way to the left side. He's got some room. He's got a blocker. He's going to walk into the end zone. I don't see any flags this time, Coach.
No, Brendan Hipkins ran about 60 yards to gain 17.
It was a sweep to the right.
Very nice cutback. That's one thing with him. He is just quick, and when that's his best attribute is his cutback run off of that, because his feet are so quick. He can use that to his advantage. Very nice. Now we got fireworks.
So it's touchdown Geneseo, and it must be official because the fireworks went off. There is no laundry out there, and
now he'll go try to kick the extra point.
At least trying to pick up that extra point. It's a line drive, but it's through the hoop. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in this game, and the clock will not stop, except for timeouts and something else crazy.
Touchdowns. Yeah, that's a very nice run. That'll be fun to watch on film. He
was sweeping to the right, cut back toward the middle. Looked like he was going to go back up the middle, and then he decided to sweep completely to the left. He ended up about 3 yards from the left sideline.
So the Leafs now lead 41-0 with 10 minutes to go in the ball game in the fourth quarter here. That drive capped off by an 18-yard TD run by Brendan Hipkins. Took all of 2 minutes, going 5 plays and 37 yards. And the extra point attempt was good, also by Mr. Hipkins. He gets credit for all the scoring on that drive.
Speed's an asset.
Oh, yeah. You can, there's, I've learned that there's a number of different ways to get fast. One, you can work on your flexibility, but with all the stretching, you can work on your strength with all the lifting. You can work on your form. Make sure you're running with good form, and then maybe the most important, just be God blessed with it.
So I was going to say,
guys are just
I don't know why you didn't start with number one. You got to be born that way a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you can do all those things, and I can do all those things, and we're not going to catch him.
No, not at all.
There's the kickoff. Deep down, and that ball is going to go way out of bounds. We're going to get the ball at the 35-yard line again, I believe. That ball crossed the out-of-bounds line somewhere around the 20 or 25-yard line. They don't really care. It's going to the 35-yard line. Right. And the Wildcats of Lakeview are going to start right there.
I see Noah Johnson coming into the game, number 75. Number 76, Jordan Reyes, into the game now. Good to see. Harrison Newman was in earlier.
Bruce Moore out of the game.
Brennan Wages getting a little time now on the defensive side of the ball. He's also been moving in at end. Looks like Tyler Whipple.
Tyler Whipple, yep, that's 29. Exactly who that is, yep. So here we go at the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line. The Wildcats try to mount a charge here to get back.
Looks like they've got a new quarterback as well.
All right, we got a dead ball whistle again.
Timeout.
We have not run the clock. We have not run the clock because the ball has not been put into play after the touchdown. After we talked about the running clock, it hasn't run yet.
Well, this is good. Lots of guys getting playing time. Now, had there been a, like in past years, a sophomore game before this one, that anybody who played at least one play in that sophomore game could not play in this varsity game. So the IHSA switched things around where you can't play 2 consecutive games in a single day, actually within 48 hours. So that's why most of the teams around the state have moved the freshman game to the same night as the varsity, and then the sophomore/JV game on a Monday. I know that's not traditional, and some people have a hard time with the tradition, but that's the rules that the state have come up with, and that's what you have to follow.
We are going to start that running clock running here in just a moment at the 35-yard line. Here's the snap. Handed off on the right side. Ball looked like it was going to get loose.
Drayton Dubuque had him by the jersey, got free there, and then Brennan Wages looks like he made the initial tackle.
And the clock will continue to run. Ball at the 40-yard line, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. Got to have this experience. These guys are in there now. It's game experience. You got to have it, or it's the only way to get it is to play.
It's huge.
Got them in there. 2nd and 5. High snap. Oh, nice defensive surge. Had him in the backfield, but he comes running back. The fullback is forward for about 3 yards.
That looked like number 47, Jake Nelms, in the ball game.
That is Jake Nelms.
Oh, is that good to see? I know he's fought some injuries the last couple of years, and it's just nice to see him on the field on a Friday night.
We're going to call him on a solo tackle, a gain of 2. But it looked like they had him pushed back into the backfield. We're going to have 3rd and 2 for Lakeview. Come up to the football, ready for the snap. And there it is, hand off up the middle one more time. He pushes the football near the 45-yard line, which is where he's got to get for a first down, depending on the spot right here. It's depending on the spot. They're going to move the chains. He made that by about 3.5 inches, but they didn't bother to measure.
Right, that's Brock Parker. He's wearing number 77. He's 71 in the program, but Brock Parker making the tackle there. Nice to see him playing too. I know he's dealt with some injuries the last couple of years.
I'm guessing that it would be kind of a poor form to call out the chains and measure once the running clock is going.
Right.
And the snap on first down, pitch out wide left. Got some running room. Going to pick up about 10 or 12 yards. He net for another first down. And we got a whole bunch of fresh jerseys. We got about 7 new players coming in to play some defense here. Lakeview mounting a charge here. Of course, they got a lot of regulars in there, but that's all they have is regulars.
I see Owen Leach just came out. I know saw Matthew Egan going in.
I'm not sure about this count, but I think they only have 19 players. And after that nice run up the middle, we got a holding call, and it's going to take it back 10 yards from the spot of the hold, and it's going to be 1st and about 16.
Matthew
18
Egan there.
maybe.
Logan Fletcher seeing some time on the defensive side.
And here's the snap. Screen play over the middle, wide open. Going to pick up some yardage, but short of the first down. We're going to be about 5 yards short of that first down. Picked up about 8 on the play.
Yep, Andy Anderson finishing off the tackle there.
Make sure you get all those numbers in there. Make sure we get them. Any number that's in the ball game that doesn't get called, Keith Kennett gets the call.
There's one we haven't called yet. Down here playing this left cornerback is Peyton Shoemaker. You may know his sister.
I do.
Actually, it's not his sister, it's his cousin.
Long pitch.
Nice catch.
Out to the right side. Oh, not only a nice catch, but a nice move after the catch. Brings that ball across the 40-yard line for another first down by Lakeview.
Whole new fresh set of bodies again. Looks like they're going every 3 plays or so.
Lakeview trying to exploit the inexperience that we have in the game, but that's the only way to get experience is to play.
No question.
1st and 10.
And I'm not sure our JV sophomores have a game Monday night, so this will be their only game of the week. We talked about the freshmen playing tomorrow up in Belvedere North.
First down snap to the quarterback. Drops back, throws it up the middle. It's intercepted.
Oh.
He wanted to call for a fair catch on that interception. Because he saw that defender, that previous offensive player bearing down on him, put his helmet right in his shoulder pads.
That's Andy Anderson coming up with that pick. He was wide open.
He was wide open.
Throw it right to him, hit him right in the hands. He made the catch.
Thank you very much. I thought he was going to call for a fair catch on that, but instead he just tucked it in and said, "Oh, that didn't hit me." Hung onto the football. That wasn't an easy task, hanging onto that football, getting run to the turf.
I believe I see Tegan Miller in there at right tackle, next to Brock Parker at right guard.
4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. Clock ticking away. 41-0 in favor of the Leafs.
Benjamin Knowles, that's a new number in there, number 19.
Lakeview was driving, but they threw up an interception. And the Leafs have the football, and he's running around the right side, on the far side. Coach, I can't see that number for anything.
That's Brendan Hipkins.
That's Hipkins again.
Yep. The 2 back, little 21 jet.
Yep, quick pitch on the right wing.
Mick Mooney coming in.
Clock continues to run at 3:40 left to go here in the game.
James Warner into the ball game now. Parker the Splinter coming out.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Nice pickup on that play. Handoff up the middle. Chugging across the 35-yard line up to the 6. Goes to fullback, first man through.
Right, Logan Fletcher there.
Yep. Fletcher on the carry. Picks up 6. 2nd and 4 for the Leafs.
That's nice to see. You know, for the most part, this is Lakeview's starting defense, just like that was their starting offense, with the exception of a couple players, because they don't have a lot of players on the sidelines.
Yeah, they don't. They almost don't have two full platoons. And back off the first man through again, fullback, kind of holding that ball out there. You better tuck that baby in.
Yep, get up field.
Fletcher again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Little 38G that guard pulled there.
That's going to be 3rd and about 3. Picked up a couple.
Yep, that was Nathan McAvoy pulling there. There's a name and number we haven't called yet.
You have to call that name.
Yeah, I better.
You better. You'll have more than mom's calling you there.
Oh, yeah. The guy from across the hall come over and let me have it.
3rd and 3. Leafs up to the line. Cotty under center. Hands the ball up the middle. No. I don't know if that was a handoff or if he.
Little broken play there.
Yeah, a little broken play. I don't know if that was if he read that he should keep that football, but it was not a good idea. Leaf football, 4th and 5 at their own 35-yard line, and 1:54 left, and they're not going to kick the football.
J.D. Widger in the ball game there.
Parker the Splinter back in. Andrew Anderson. And here's a pitch out wide on 4th down. Looking for yardage. He's not going to get it. They're going to turn it over on downs at their own 35-yard line. 1:23 left. And the clock is running.
Yep, up 41-0. I mean, the Leafs going to come away with a pretty nice win here tonight. I mean, once again, you get a win. You get a lot of guys seeing the field, but you still have a number of things you need to work on. The pre-snap penalties early on, I know, will frustrate the coach big time. But that's one step closer to the 6 wins that you need to get into the playoffs.
Everyone counts.
It do.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Lakeview. Oh, defensive play and pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, no, there's nobody there. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, you're going to have to throw that flag on that one. That was going to be a 20-yard sack.
Yeah, Harrison Newman.
Yeah.
Was the first one there.
Oh, yeah, and he wasn't going to let go, and he finally worked his way loose. 2 more guys after him, and there was nobody there. He just threw it into the ground.
Yeah. Kissel's going to take his time calling that penalty. Let that clock run. That's what it looks like he's doing. He peeks over at the clock. Notices we're down less than 7, 5, 4. Lakeview's not going to use the timeout. This clock's going to let the clock run
And they're
out.
going to come off the field. And that's going to be the end of our ball game here at Bob Reed Field. We're going to have a final score of Geneseo 41, Lakeview 0. And Coach, how about this for a second week?
Well, that's good. There was marked improvement, but you still, some of those little things that you're going to really have to get better at, especially now that we're moving into the conference. It's kind of fun to say after 2 weeks. Week 3, we're moving into a new conference. A lot of these teams we've played before, but now as you start a little conference rivalry with some of them. I believe we're at Galesburg next week. Does that sound right?
That's correct.
Galesburg next week.
That's correct.
And it'll be really neat to see. I'm really looking forward to the freshman game after Galesburg the last couple of years at the 8th grade level. But
there's some challenges.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It'll be really interesting to see how far they've come in a week as well.
As we said, our freshmen did not play tonight. They're heading up to Belvedere tomorrow. So, but I don't know that if we got what we wanted out of this game or not. Last week we were all in agreement. We really saw some things that we're going to see during the course of the season, and really it was good to work against them. We saw a little bit of it, but they, our line, offense and defense, just dominated the line of scrimmage and really didn't allow them to do what they wanted to do.
The other thing we did get out of this game, just looking at the sideline and remembering what happened throughout the game, no injuries. So we should be pretty healthy going into the conference schedule. The only thing we had, the only man down was Mason Jones, and that just looked like a cramp. Yeah, come out of this healthy, go into the conference healthy, and just introduce ourselves to the Western Big Six.
Well, the Wildcats came in here with very few players, pretty low roster. The stamina had to wear on them here on a warm, delicately warm evening, I would say. And it looks like your boys got some stats for you, Coach.
Yes, they do. Well, let's look at Lakeview here. They had the Mr. Ian Toy, you called him, had all their carries. He was their top rusher for 34 yards. However, as a team, they only had 13 with 24 carries. Passing-wise, they were 6 for 19 with 1 interception for a total of 68 yards. So as a team, they gained a total of 81 yards. So that bodes well for the Geneseo defense.
Good portion of them on one drive.
As far as yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Foyle had a missed field goal. Yes.
As far as the victorious Leafs, I would say the leading rusher today was P.J. Moser, and boy, did he have a game. Averaging 13.6 yards a carry. He ended up with 13 carries for 177 yards, with his long being a 56-yard touchdown run. He was followed up by Mason Jones, 8 carries, 111 yards. That's almost a 14-yard average. His long was a 24-yarder. He also had a touchdown. Brennan Hipkins is number 3. He's a backup two-back. 45 yards on 4 carries, so he's over 11 yards a carry. His long was 18 for a touchdown, a really nice cutback. Kyle Hofer was the leading point getter, 10 carries for 41 yards, 3 touchdowns though. Bruce Moore hit the stat sheet with 13 yards. Logan Fletcher with 7 yards. Quarterback McConnell, he ended up with -1 yards. That was on one of the bobbled snaps. Andrew Cotty was -2 yards. McConnell, though, through the air was 2 for 3 for 16 yards with a long of 9. The 2 catches, one was to Kyle Hofer for 9 yards, and Bruce Moore had the other catch for 7 yards. So for the totals for the Leafs, They ended up with 407 yards total, 391 of them on the ground. 3 fumbles, lost 2. 7 penalties for 42 yards. That's the area where they're really going to have to work on. But time of possession is kind of misleading since a lot of the drives are short. Geneseo just over 22 minutes. Lakeview almost 26 minutes. So, but like I said, that's misleading. Leafs only punted 1 time for 32 yards. So, yeah, good night. You got to see a lot of different guys on film. You know, the backups get some reps, and just in case it's a long season, so you never know health-wise. And you hit it. Any rep is a good rep come game time. But yeah, we'll get to ring the victory bell, turn the lights off, and start preparing for Galesburg.
And that's going to wrap it up here for week 2. Final score in today's game: the Green Machine of Geneseo 41, the Wildcats of Lakeview 0. Thanks for joining us. Actually, I want to give some credits here to Kim Kennett back at the WGRG studio, statisticians Willis Andol and Parker Prohaska, and, of course, our technical coordinator and Mr. Everything, Keith Kennett. I'm Bob Pettit. Pat Mitchell, thanks for joining us. Hope to hear you next week.